Hi, it's me, Rabbi Karol. Nice to see you or be seen by you. Happy Passover. Zis Pesach, Chag Sameach. Uh, Although I can't be with you physically, I'm with you spiritually. And I talked to Hindel about doing a Seder for you, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm using this Haggadah, which I've used for years, and set up here at home. My wife is the producer of this, and so I'm going to share with you an experience. It's still Passover and experience of the Seder. So I just want to go over what we have here on the Seder plate, the different symbols. We have the parsley, which represents springtime. We have the egg, which represents the cycle of time that continues to go on, also represents springtime. The maror, or bitter herbs, which reminds us of our ancestors being slaves and the bitterness of slavery. The charosis, or as I say, charoset, which is a sweet mixture of chopped apples and chopped nuts and cinnamon and wine. And it reminds us of the mortar that our ancestors used to make the bricks for Pharaoh's storehouses. So we turn something bad into something good. And this is the shank bone, which reminds us of the lamb that was sacrificed back in the days of the Exodus. And the blood of the lamb was put on the doorposts of our ancestors' homes. And the Torah tells us that the angel of death passed over their homes. It was a pun before puns were even invented. I also have an orange, which is a new symbol representing the importance of women, and that came about because a number of years ago someone said that women had a place in the Seder and in the Haggadah just like an orange would have a place. So in a sense of irony, it was decided let's put an orange on the plate. So we do that. Also have a Kiddush cup here with wine in it. A salt water, which we're going to dip the parsley in, reminding us of the tears of our ancestors. And then a cup for Elijah and a cup for Miriam, which I'll talk about later. So I'm going to start with a quotation from the book of Exodus. Page 21. You shall keep the feast of unleavened bread, for on this very day I brought your hosts out of Egypt. You shall observe this day throughout the generations as a practice for all times. We assemble in fulfillment of the mitzvah. Remember the day on which you went forth from Egypt, from the house of bondage, and how God freed you with a mighty hand. So what we do is take up the Kiddush cup and proclaim the holiness of this day of deliverance. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. We praise you, O God, sovereign of existence, who creates the fruit of the vine. And also, for this occasion, we do a blessing that you may be familiar with, the Shehechianu, and it goes like this: Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. We praise you, our God, sovereign of existence, who has kept us in life, sustained us, and brought us to this festive season. Okay, the parsley in Hebrew is called karpas, and it is a symbol of rebirth and renewal. And we read from the book of the Song of Songs in the Hebrew Bible, and it goes like this: Arise, my beloved, my fair one, and come away, for lo, the winter is past. Flowers appear on the earth. The time of singing is here. The song of the dove is heard in our land. Let us go down to the vineyards to see if the vines have budded. There will I give you my love. And the rabbis feel that that's an expression of God's love for the Jewish people. So, this is the only time during the year that I eat parsley, by the way, deliberately. Dip the parsley And here's the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri ha'adamah. Praised are you, Adonai, sovereign of existence, who creates the fruit of the earth. Okay, now we have the matzah. Okay, and this very nice matzah cover that we got in Israel. And I'm going to break the middle matzah and conceal half of it as the afikomen. And then I'm going to hold up the other half of it. This is the bread of affliction, the poor bread which our ancestors ate in the land of Egypt. Let all who are hungry come and eat. Let all who are in want share the hope of Passover. As we celebrate here, we join with our people everywhere. This year we celebrate here. Next year in the land of Israel. Now we are still in bonds. Next year may all be free. We're kind of in bonds with this whole coronavirus thing. So hopefully next year we will all be here to observe it together. Free. So, we do a tradition called the Hillel sandwich. Rabbi Hillel was a very famous rabbi of about 2,000 years ago. And according to tradition, he ate the matzah and the maror, the horseradish, or whatever he used, ate them together so that he would observe the precept handed down to him. You shall eat the paschal lamb with matzah and maror together. So we don't use paschal lamb, but we use the matzah and the maror and the charoset. So I am going to put those together because I like to do the Hillel sandwich at the beginning, and hopefully you've got all of that so that you can do your own Hillel sandwich. Okay. So these are the blessings. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We praise you, O God, sovereign of existence, who brings forth bread from the earth. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu ala chilat matzah. We praise you, O God, sovereign of existence, who hallows our lives with commandments and commands us regarding the eating of matzah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu ala chilat maror. We praise you, O God, sovereign of existence, who hallows our lives through commandments, who has commanded us regarding the eating of maror. Okay, I'm just going to take a little taste of it. The usual matzah crumbs. I'll finish that later. Next, we have the 4 questions. So, since I'm both leading the Seder and the youngest one here, I will do the 4 questions as soon as I finish chewing. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol haleilot, mikol haleilot, shebachol haleilot, anu ochlim chametzu matzah, chametzu matzah, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah, halayla hazeh, kulo matzah. Shebachol halelot anu ochlin she'ar yirakot, she'ar yirakot. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh. Maror, 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 maror. Shebachol halelot ein anu matbilin, afilu pa'am echat, afilu pa'am echat. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh. Shetei ve'amim, shetei ve'amim. Shebachol halelot anu ochlin, ben yoshvinu vein mesubin, ben yoshvinu vein mesubin. Halayla hazeh, halayla hazeh, kulanu mesubin, kulanu mesubin. Why is this night different from all the other nights? Very famous question. On all other nights, we eat either leavened bread or matzah. On this night, only matzah. On all other nights, we eat all kinds of herbs. On this night, we especially eat bitter herbs. On all other nights, we do not dip herbs at all. On this night, we dip them twice. On all other nights, we eat in an ordinary manner. Tonight, we dine with special ceremony. So, there are, according to the tradition, 4 children. Because the Torah tells us to tell our children about the Exodus from Egypt. And 4 times it says, you shall tell your child on that day. The first child is the wise child, who asks, what are the precepts, laws, and observances which Adonai our God commanded us? In response, we should explain the observances of Passover thoroughly. It is the wise who want to know the service it is theirs to do. The second is the so-called wicked person, who says, what is this observance to you? Since that person says to you and not to us, they are rejecting the essentials of our faith. So we respond, it is because of what God did for me when I went forth from Egypt, and not for you, for had you been there, you would not have known redemption. The wicked one withdraws the self from anything beyond the self, and thus from the joy of redemption. The third child is the simple one who says, what is this? And we say, with a mighty arm, God freed us from Egypt, from the house of bondage. To the person of open simplicity, we give a straightforward answer. The Torah of God makes wise the simple. The fourth and final child is the one unable to ask. And it is written, you shall tell your child on that day, saying, this is because of what God did for me when I went free from Egypt. With one who has no need to know, no will to serve, you must begin yourself to awaken the need and to give the will. As in the pages of our histories, so too in the events of our time, in the encounters of our daily lives, the wise, the wicked, the simple, and the one unable to ask reappear in various guises. To this day, their questions must be pondered and answers sought, the story given life and meaning.